We're going to bring in a special guest here, the man raising the blue chaos flag tonight, former Boise State Mr. Everything, Chris Carr. Chris, welcome back to the Blue.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to see Bronco Nation. Yeah.
What's your initial, walking around here, when you were playing, feels like half this stuff wasn't here when you were on the playing field.
Yeah.
This has got to be kind of a different world.
Yeah, it makes me feel very proud because I think what Boise State has accomplished is really unprecedented. They went from a program that was junior college to not a D1 school to all of a sudden they're a perennial top 25 team. And to do that, and we did it the right way. Like, there was no paying players back then. There was no cheating. There was nothing illegal. And it was just about belief, getting the right players in, getting the right coaches. And so to come and to see this come, it's like the culmination of everything. Everything's in full circle. So it just makes me very happy and proud to be here.
We like to ask, players that come in and come back all the time, how do you pinpoint what makes playing football here for this university, what makes it special?
I think just like the values. I think it's just like a very family-oriented, special, humble place. And I think it was one of those, I think it reflects how Boise is as a city. And that sounds kind of corny, but I really kind of mean that, because if you really look at yourself humbly and try to fix your mistakes and try to have that self-belief and just keep on working on getting better, that's the Boise grit, that's the Boise grind. And to see what we've accomplished, it's just been from that mindset. And it's that culture that Boise State has had for the past 25 years, which has been incredible. And so it really is something special and it makes me very proud.
I got the chance to talk to Jared Zabransky last year, and I kind of asked him, what is it about this team that year in and year out they're able to kind of maintain, if not raise the standard year in, and he said that was the whole thing, was if we can just raise that bar a little bit each year and continue to build off of it, we're going to be a powerhouse when it's all said and done. And it feels like that's exactly what's transcended here.
Yeah, because I think each year Boise State's gained a little more confidence. Because initially it was like, can we really play with the big boys? We think so. We watch film. We believe that we're just as good, but nobody else believes that. And so sometimes you could second guess yourself and doubt yourself. But each year you had that success. You're like, no, we've proven that, right? And so you can really look back in the tough moments when you have doubt and be like, well, look at what we've accomplished, what we have done. And knowing that you had that confidence from your past accomplishments to really go out there and prove yourself. And so that's why it was no surprise by the time it was in the 2010s, Boise State was winning the Fiesta Bowls, beating Georgia, etc. And so now the standard is like it should be top 25 or bust, right? And so now on the one hand, you feel bad because sometimes that's a really high standard to meet and there's a lot of pressure. But on the other hand, that's the goal. You want to be one of those programs, and Boise State, fortunately, is one of those programs.
Peaks and valleys, obviously you go through them. This one's a little bit of a valley for this program right now, considering the preseason rankings and things like that. But how do what's the message in the locker room when there's still so much to play for and a possibility they could still be in the Mountain West Championship?
Yeah, I think having that tradition definitely helps out, right? Because it's not like you're the Cleveland Browns and it's like, oh, we had expectations, but it's all Cleveland. Yeah. So, last year, Boise State was in the Fiesta Bowl.
Right.
So you have a critical sum of players on this team that played in that game, right? So they had that experience and they know that they're better than what their record shows at this point in the season, right? So I think they can have a lot of confidence like, hey, we've had some injuries. We haven't played very consistently during the season, but there's a thin line between good and great, between average and good. And if they just get a little bit better, yes, they can win the conference this year.
I know that you've been in this position before where it's the last time that you can suit up in those blue uniforms. Yeah. It can be a really emotional moment. For some of these players, it might be the last time that they ever put on a football uniform. Yeah. What is that emotional roller coaster like, and what's your message to the seniors who this might be their last game on the blue?
Yeah, just to really enjoy it, go out there and play and think about everything that Boise State stands for, yourself as an individual and your family and everyone that's pulled for you. This community at Boise State is very special, and I think it's one of the reasons why Boise State's been very successful, because a lot of people come here from California or from other states, and they realize, like, wow, Boise State is great, and they end up staying here and living here forever, right? So really thinking about everyone that supported you and just going out and be like, hey, I'm going to give it my all, and this might be my last game ever or might not be, But I'm in here on the blue. This is very special, and I want to make everyone else that I know, I want to make everyone proud.
Well said.
Yes.
All right, well, I've got one more question for you. There's got to be a memory or a moment that stands out to you as a former player being back here.
Yeah.
Is there something that sticks out to you?
I think my junior year, I had 3 interceptions in the first half against my hometown. So that was probably my favorite memory. Yeah, so that was my junior year. Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah.
That was good memories, yeah.
Yeah, that one probably wouldn't escape the memory bank from you.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, score
Yes.
prediction from you tonight, or do you want to just kind of leave that alone?
Yeah, I'll give a score prediction.
Okay.
I say 28-14, Boise State victory.
28-14,
Yeah.
Boise State getting it done on senior night.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully it's a blowout. But if I'm trying to give a prediction, that's my prediction for today. Yeah.
28-14. Hey, no one would know better than you as a former player. Hey, Chris, thanks so much for being on the
thank you
show,
very
man. I
much.
appreciate
Yeah,
it. Great to meet you.
Best of luck.
All right, thank you. Chris Carr, that is just a blast from the past, an absolute legend in Boise State. We were looking at some of the old game film. He had a couple of really standout moments playing against BYU under the spotlight here on the blue a few years back. Of course, the game against Louisville. And we mentioned just kind of that foundation of brick by brick. He was one of those early bricks that helped get Boise State to the national platform that it is today.
It's got to be so incredible for these guys to just come back to this program and see how much success they've continued to grow and how much the bar keeps getting set higher and higher and higher as this program continues to elevate. Look, I mean, they're going to be in the top 25 conversation every single year. That is the standard. The standard is championships. Jeremiah Dickey talks about it all the time. You come here to compete for championships. You're not coming here to play in some sort of a game that I'm not going to say, but you know what I'm saying is like the standard is set very high here, and that's not going to change. It's got to be incredible for these players to come back and see that.